So today we have some really exciting news. We actually have a new addition to the pet family, and what you are looking at right now is his temporary cage. Eventually he will be going into a critter nation. I have to warn you ahead of time, there is some construction going on upstairs that you may hear throughout this video. First and foremost, it is a 2x2 on the bottom here. There are 4 grids here. And it's a 2x2, it's 2 grids tall and 2 grids deep, and it is one big cube basically, and it does have storage underneath it. Now, the inside of the cage is full of all kinds of stuff that you will see in a moment, but since you have not seen Finn, I would just like to say that the grids are covered completely in mesh because he is small enough to fit through the grid squares. So it is completely covered in 1-inch mesh, and the 1-inch mesh is 1.9 gauge, I believe. You can actually use flexible mesh for them, but I wanted something sturdy because of our cat. So without further ado, let me open it up and get you guys inside there. Okay, you are now looking inside the cage, and you will see that there is a ton of hanging items in the cage. This is because Tenrecs are partially arboreal, which means they do happen to climb, and their little toes can grip things very well. He scales the side of the cage. Bear just ate a poop. There's Finn, and Finn is actually a lesser Tenrec. You can see his little grabby hands. His nails look long, but they actually aren't. Those are to help him climb, so he can climb all over the place. And here, let me get him off the snuggle sack for you guys. So he will actually hold on to my hand and everything. And he's very tiny, if you can see, in comparison to my hand. He is actually smaller than a Syrian hamster right now. When he's an adult, he'll be about the same size as a Syrian. And I will have to do a video more in depth about what he is, but I will leave some links down below to pages about lesser Tenrecs and some Facebook groups that you can join if you want to learn about them. He's very sleepy. As you can see, he's very calm, and he doesn't mind being handled even though he's tired right now. He's just kind of sitting with me, and he doesn't really raise his quills. They are capable of balling up, but they don't really. As you can see, he's just kind of hanging out. He's very, very cute and very, very sweet. He's still a baby. He was born back in April. He is from Hartley's Hedgehogs and Tenrecs in North Carolina. She was kind enough to drive all the way up here and deliver him. If you remember our foster, who we just called No Name, I did, I think, 1 video on him. If you remember him, it's from the same person. So there's Finn. Finn is short, in my mind, for Finnegan, but in my boyfriend's mind, Finn is short for Glorfindel, which is from Lord of the Rings, and Finnegan is from Harry Potter. So, as you can see, we couldn't really agree on a name, so we settled on a nickname, basically. Yeah, see, I'm little Finn. Yes, I am. Huh. Alright. So we'll put Finn back and give you a quick cage tour. I want to start this off by saying that Tenrecs are not related to hedgehogs, so you will see some items in his cage that... Oh, he's waking up now. You will see some items in his cage that hedgehogs can't have. and I will explain what those are as we go along.
Alright, so up here we do actually have a level here, and up top we have a Carolina Storm Express wheel, a ceramic tile in case he gets hot, and a hammock. And I will leave the links to this set. I got it off of Etsy, and all of the hanging items are made for sugar gliders because that's about the appropriate size. And then this bowl here is his bug bowl because the main staple of their diet is actually insects. So that would be his bug bowl. And the ramp leading up and down, which he doesn't actually use, he uses the side of the cage. But the ramp there is actually a Critter Nation ramp that I have from the Hedgehogs Critter Nation, and I do have the cover that comes with it on there, which matches this fleece very well. Now, next to it, I have a coconut hideaway, which you will have seen similar ones in my hamster cages. So that's that, and I just stuck a piece of fleece in there. And then we have some corner hammocks here. Again, links to everything will be down below. Those are from Etsy. The snuggle sack he was in is from Etsy. And then we have, I believe this is designed for birds, and it's from Preview or Purview on Amazon. So we have some driftwood here, again from Amazon, and a tiny little sugar glider tunnel here that is from Etsy. And it's got the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers print on it again. And it is hanging from here so that he can get into it from the driftwood. And then in the back here, there is a cube. And that is a cube from Critter Hangouts again, I believe. And then there is another square hammock underneath, which, as you can tell, he does use because it's all bent out of shape. Back in the back there, two bowls, one for water and one for his kibble. They do have kibble on hand at all times, even though his main staple is his insects. Then we've got a snuggle sack that hangs up, and he must have been sitting on the edge of it because the top of it's closed. And then we've got a wire wheel, an open face wire wheel from, this is from Petco, and it is, of course, not safe for a hedgehog. Like I mentioned before, hedgehogs and tenrecs are unrelated. They have different requirements. They may look slightly similar because of the quills, but they are indeed different animals. Tenrecs are not a different breed or species of hedgehog at all. So Tenrecs actually use these for climbing and running sometimes, but mostly climbing. I will insert a clip of Finn using his so you can see how they use it most of the time. In the front here we have a sand bath, and that has children's play sand in it that has been sanitized. And then in the corner here we just have a camera so that I can watch him in the evening. And that's really it. The cage isn't too complicated, and I'm not gonna do a super amazing cage tour because the cage will be changing soon once we buy the Critter Nation. There's Finn and his cage. I will hopefully be doing some more videos on him very soon. I want to give him some more time to sort of
settle and get used to being here, and I also would like to get him in his new cage before I start filming things like care videos, just so that it's easier on me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed meeting him, even though it was very brief. It is daytime for him. I will see you guys all next time, and maybe even with Finn in his new cage. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, until next time, bye!